All right, welcome back. I'm Jay Hicks with Gerald Properties, and we're reviving Goolrick's. Not in downtown Fredericksburg, but in Essex County. Come on inside with me as we visit with Gordon Wilkins of Wilkins Woodworking. All right, we've made our way inside the shop here at Wilkins Woodworking and back again with Gordon Wilkins, taking a look at some of the windows we've been restoring for Goolrick's. And today what we have here is a piece that was installed in the exterior wall in the basement of Goolrick's. Some people may be familiar with the murals that were in place along George Street, covering up what was clearly windows. On the interior space, it was covered up with cinder block, but as we did the demolition on the property, we were able to find this and retrieve it and put it in the capable hands of Gordon here to see if we couldn't put it back together and restore it to its former glory. And we also have a couple other spots that we want to use a similar sash, and so he's replicating this with some new wood to be placed in Goolrick's in the near future as well. Gordon, thank you for being with us here again. This is, I guess, what some people might think is a rough-looking piece of wood.
It was sort of rough when it showed up.
What are we looking at here? What can you tell us about what I'd call the patina, the aging of the wood, and what was necessary that you can see here to repair it?
This piece of the rail was completely broken through here, so we cut out a bit and then added this patch in to make it whole again. It's a lot of work to do that. You know, it'd be easier just to remake this whole piece, but for historic restoration, you want to keep as much of the original fabric as possible. So we just cut out what we needed to and inserted this piece and make it a whole thing again.
All right, can we show them the back of it? That's really where the magic looks like it's kind of come together, and you were able to fit that into this piece pretty well, and it looks pretty sharp.
Yeah.
In addition, though, we have some pieces that normally look like they would be here. What are those called, and what are we doing to fix those?
We had a couple mullion, well, we had one mullion that was missing. And I had to send another mullion off to have our blades cut so that we can reproduce this molding.
Okay.
And
then
here we have a piece that I've reproduced, and we'll cut the joinery on the ends and fit this in and make this whole once again.
When we see that these pieces were missing, what was the process you went through to put the proper shaped piece of wood back in?
I did a couple things. We sent away and had some shaper knives cut for this profile. And then I also went and to an old tool dealer and found matching hand plane for this profile, for this job too.
So we've taken a piece of wood that is planed pretty basically, and then used this hand tool to form it into the mullion that will be properly fitted into this sash.
That's right.
All right. Now, this is the piece that we found, and we're looking forward to putting back into place in that basement we were talking about. But we had a couple of the locations in the basement we thought we could do the same thing, but we didn't have the sash to go with it.
Right.
And so what I see here is some new wood. And tell us what you've done to mimic what we had and what the end product looks like.
We used the same shaper cutters and hand plane to make the parts of this sash and get it together. The material is longleaf yellow pine. It's all reclaimed. There's very little longleaf yellow pine still growing. So you have to buy this reclaimed. So that's what we've done here, and this will be a nice window frame for a long, long time.
Okay, so with the modern construction, we know about staples and some screws and things of that nature, but I see that we've continued to use wood throughout the framing of the sash. Tell us about those pegs that we can see sticking out there.
So these pegs, this is called draw boring, and you actually offset the joint so that when you drive this peg in, it pulls these two pieces of wood together. And that's the way it would have been done when this frame was made, and so we're continuing.
All right, you've clearly knocked these pegs into place, but they're not going to stay that way, right? We're going to...
We'll cut them off flush.
We'll make them flush with the sash, and they'll look the way we're used to seeing them look.
That's right.
Gordon, as we look in here, these things are tightly fit. Do you notch these mullions into one another? How do we?
They're all mortised. Mortise and tenon is the joinery used. So here we have a tenon that protrudes out of a mortise in this piece. So it's called a through tenon.
Now, we have a few other windows in Goolricks that we're looking to replace, probably with your help in actually constructing them from scratch. Will the work that you've done with this restoration and replacement assist you in being able to do those other windows?
Absolutely, yeah. We'll use this same molding pattern for the other 3 windows that there are to reproduce.
Well, it's a really neat thing to watch you do your work. You're a real craftsman, and just to watch you do the planing of this wood shows the love that you put into the work you do. So we're really glad that you continue to help us with Goolrick. So thank you, Gordon.
Thank you.
Okay, another great visit with one of the craftsmen that are helping us put this landmark of Goolricks back together. Great thanks to Gordon and all the other craftsmen that are allowing us to take a closer look at what they do on a daily basis to put our historic buildings back together and to last for a long time to come. I hope you'll join us again as we continue to revive Goolricks.
Please follow us on all our socials to stay up to date with the latest happenings.